So hello everyone, Grosey here, welcome back. Today we've got another video for the Unhuntables series with Christopher.
Hello.
So we are hunting through 20p's today, very briefly to explain what it is we're actually looking for. NIFCs from the year 1986, 2017 and 2018. And also the undated 20p from 2008. I just realised I forgot to mention on Christopher's part of the video, there's also 2008 Gardener, which is slightly low minted, nothing to write home
You
about.
didn't mention that in my video. How dare you?
I forgot. I just realised as I said that then. But
Wow.
it's not really that rare anyway, but it's whatever it is. Also, if you haven't seen Christopher's video, we do two halves for the Unhuntables. Go and watch his because we've shared some important information about a movement,
A strategy.
a strategy
plan.
that you,
Plan of
the
action.
viewer, can get involved in. So definitely go over and check that out. I'm not going to say any more in here because there is all the details you need to know over there. But yeah, let's get into some numismatic conversation. What have we got on our little list? Oh yeah, I saw the announcement actually, the 2023 Sovereign, the Coronation Sovereign. It's just the usual George and the Dragon design, but with the crowned king.
Crown portrait on the obverse, yeah. So it's quite exciting. It is, other than obviously the strike on the day, which is slightly different because it's a brilliant uncirculated sovereign. It's the first proof sovereign with the Benedetto Pestrucci iconic design with George and the Dragon for King Charles III's reign. So a numismatically interesting coin for sure. So I'm quite excited about that. And the fact he's crowned on it, I keep banging on about this, the coronation coins is the first time that a king has been crowned on UK coins since the reign of King Charles II. So it's a huge, long-lasting precedent that has been flipped on its head for the coronation of the king.
I did overhear at the Royal Mint though that the plan, apparently, this might be me sort of repeating what they said, but apparently the plan was to have the crowned one into circulation. This is what I overheard at one of the tours recently at the Royal Mint. Was the crowned one they wanted to go into circulation, but actually King Charles decided that he wanted to follow tradition and not have his crown for the circulating one. Which is
I
quite
think it
interesting.
does make sense because the coins that are going to be handled by people in general, it does, having a crown on top of the king's head does separate him from reigning and those being reigned, whereas an uncrowned portrait, although he's still king and that's still somewhat aloft from us mere peasants, it is a lot more it feels more human,
more personable on a coin, I think.
Yeah.
Perhaps,
which is weird. Why that sentiment isn't there for queens, because we've had queens crowned on coins since Queen Elizabeth
I guess
II,
the crown
Victoria.
that Queen Elizabeth II had was more
Crowns and tiaras.
Yeah, but they're not quite as. I feel like the coronation. What is it? Is it the imperial crown or the state?
The coronation crown is the St Edward's crown, which is a
Edward's
holy
crown.
relic as well. So I guess it brings all religious.
It's a
stuff
lot.
into it
I
as
guess
well,
it's a lot more of a statement than
Yeah.
a small tiara would be, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A crown is something you rule with. A tiara is a bit of jewellery.
Of course. Yeah. No, definitely.
I guess. It's an interesting point. Maybe
But-
King Charles should have a tiara in his next portrait.
I have to say though that the coronation 50p is definitely one of my favourite 50p's for the last.
It's a stunning design. What I love about
Yeah.
it, and I keep banging on about this, it is a design that doesn't immediately give away what it is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's something interesting, and you look and you go, oh, I wonder what that's all about. Then that steers you on to research it, and then you find out about all these extra coins, and that starts you collecting other coins, whereas just printing the coronation and a date wouldn't have had the same effect.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think it's save that for the £5 coin.
What I will say on this sovereign though is a growing concern that I've noticed other people having. There's been a handful of unique sovereign designs over the years, and that makes them really, really desirable and unique coins. It hasn't happened all that often, but in the last few sovereign releases, in 2022 we had the Platinum Jubilee Sovereign, which is, again, it's a huge milestone. The first of our monarchs to reach a Platinum Jubilee, has a unique design on it. The Queen passed away, so we have a Memorial Sovereign with, again, another unique design. Again, it's a huge milestone changing of our era that many of us have never seen before. So, and obviously should be marked with unique coins. And then we have the coronation sovereigns with the change on the obverse having the crowned portrait. So it feels like in a very small amount of time we've had a lot of sovereigns with a lot of uniqueness to them, which I worry somewhat spoils the uniqueness of those one-off sovereigns.
I know what you mean. And then you end up with a situation where actually the George and the Dragon becomes more desirable.
Yeah, exactly. And like in 2017 with the 50p's, the shield is the one you want to find compared to the Benjamin Buddies. I guess Isaac Newton as well, obviously, but whatever.
Unless they're rotation errors.
Unless they're rotation errors. But now we're getting into the weeds of my argument, so we'll stay out of those weeds. But yeah, that is my only concern, is that sort of a dilution of the uniqueness of the sovereign. Will this mean that we're going to get some sort of change in the sovereign every sovereign from now on, or is it might just be there's been a cluster of big milestone events in the history of our country that warrant being marked on what the Royal Mint calls the chief coin of the world?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's been a lot of important events over the last couple of years. I wonder what the next important event is. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway,
who knows?
Yeah. What else have we got? NHS 50p. I was just talking about this before, actually. The Royal Mint shared on Twitter a side-to-side comparison of the 1998 NHS 50p and the 2023 new release NHS 50p. For me personally, and again, I said this before, I can only congratulate... What's her name? Is it Alice Allison?
Alice Ledyard?
That's it. I can only congratulate her because it's the first ever design she's ever had on a coin. So, yeah, as I said, congratulations to her. However, for me, there's no comparison between the two designs.
So I'm going to somewhat U-turn on my opinion on this coin. Weirdly enough, my NHS 50p arrived today at a time when I was home. I couldn't believe it. I had to go to the post office depot to pick it up. It never happens. So I opened up and I looked at it, looking at the BU coin again, and then the silver-proof coin. It's growing on me. It really is. There's something... Again, it's not the most exciting design, but my initial reaction of, oh no, is not as negative as it was now.
I mean, for me, the thing that does it for me, and I actually watched the little interview that she did, and it makes complete sense that you want to have, like, you can't put a certain type of doctor on it or a certain type of, do you know, because then the NHS extends beyond any particular profession. It's a whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not just doctors and nurses, it's the porters, it's the receptionists, it's people on the phone lines, the emergency phones, the ambulance drivers, the people that wash the ambulances. There's so much that goes into the NHS. How do you encapsulate that all on a design?
For me, though, the thing that does it for me is that, like, I'm trying to think of it, say like the Pride 50p, for example, there's no way that I would be able to make anything as intricate as that. But with this coin, I guess the thought behind it is one thing, but in terms of the actual design, it's not... Do you know what I mean? There's no... It doesn't seem like there's been much skill in terms of the actual design of it, because it's just text, which you can
I think the problem with that rationale, I would be very, very surprised if this was a quick Bosch job. I'm sure there's been lots of thought and effort that's gone into the design.
Yeah.
I think the problem is if you're comparing that to, say, the Isaac Newton 50p, which is a very intricately designed coin, does that mean it's going to take more time to design that than the NHS 50p?
I think, as I said, the thought that's gone into it, undoubtedly there has been a lot of thought and consideration that's gone into it. I guess maybe the comparison would be it's not necessarily a piece of art, it's more of a design just in terms of like a...
Yeah, but there's also other design choices that come to play in it. So there's the font, there's the spacing, there's how many words can we fit in, what words do we want to put in. I think just because it's words shouldn't diminish that there's a lot of time and effort that's gone into the coin. I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit more fiery than I actually believe in it, because again, it's not the most exciting design. What I was most surprised about is that there seems to be no indication that the coin's going into circulation, which I was very shocked by. Because it seems like of all the coins we knew were coming out this year, we obviously know that there is a move to get the Windrush 50p's out into circulation. I thought this would be a shoe-in for it to be earmarked to go into circulation for sure.
Who knows, perhaps our letters might be the difference.
I think if our plan has any impact, we're not going to see it this year, unfortunately. Because I would love for those Star Wars coins to go into circulation.
It would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the £5 coins as well, Royal Mint exclusives. I think they're all out now. Scotland is out now as well.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I love them. I think that, although obviously £5 coins are not necessarily everybody's cup of tea, I think redoing old round pound designs on these coins, £5 coins, as proofs in the mint, they are...
As proofs? As
yeah,
BU coins?
They're proof coins.
Oh, they're proof coins, are they?
They're base metal proof coins, yeah.
Oh, okay. News to me. I haven't read them in enough detail.
Really? Did you not realise that? And the Four Nations one is proof as well. Yeah, no, they're base metal proofs.
Oh yeah, of course the Four Nations one is.
So it's
my only counterpoint on this, I love the designs. I think they're very pretty, and I think it looks amazing to bring them onto the canvas of a £5 coin. It makes it. We've now had 5 Royal Mint Experience exclusives, if you include the Coronation Medal as well. And there are people talking. This is not from any knowledge I have of the workings of the Royal Mint, but there's talks of, will there be some sort of completer coin as well that ties in all 4 of them. I think that's getting...
In my view, the completer is the Four Nations, though, because that makes complete sense that is the Four Nations.
Yeah, I don't know what people expect from a completer coin, whether there'll be a 5th Royal Mint Experience exclusive. But
I'll tell you what I would love would be that they do this with other round pound sets as well.
That was going to be a follow-up question I was going to come to. So, of all the different sets of £1 coins that represent all the parts of the UK, you've got the crowned flora of the United Kingdom, you've got the bridges, you've got the cities, you've got the floral ones of the 2 national floral icons, and others I've probably forgotten because I'm rambling them off the top of my head. What would you like to see next if they do
100% the cities?
Oh, I totally agree.
Because they are, like, again, our views might be slightly skewed because they are the rarest, and therefore it's sort of a subconscious in our mind that that's what we want to see. But they are such intricate designs that to see those on a big canvas would be, I think they'd look stunning.
Oh, I totally agree. It's things like the Isaac Newton 50p, the Great Fire London £2 coin, to flesh them out, have them in a bigger canvas of a coin, I think would be amazing.
The only disadvantage, though, is that they're not hugely... Well, they are, but the designs are fairly similar at first glance, if you know what I mean. Obviously, they show the different buildings of each country, but it's not like the nations ones where they're just completely different designs. They're all sort of in the same theme.
And it's the small details, like the fact that you've got the one big one for, say, Edinburgh, you've got Edinburgh Castle, and the 3 little circles have got the other 3 designs on them. So it ties them in really nicely, and I think on a £5 coin that'll be much more apparent than it was on the little old round pound coin.
No, definitely. And I like the fact that they are sort of relatively affordable, in the sense that you had the Monarch sets that only came out and it's like £90 a coin or something. Yeah.
No BU offering.
Yeah, the £20 per coin it's not the worst. I mean, it's not like the £11 that it is for a 50p or whatever, but it's not horrendously priced.
Yeah. But how do you feel about you're fortunate enough to live or be able to get down to the Royal Mint on as regular basis as you so choose? What would you say to people that either can't get to the Mint because they don't have a car, and we know public transport is a bit of a nightmare to get to Llantrisant, or people that live further afield in the far reaches of Scotland or wherever it is? How would you? I would
say to them that it's, if they want to buy them, they could buy them for not hugely more. You could probably pick them up after the first release when the market gets flooded for maybe £30-35. But in the long term, the fact that they are only Royal Mint exclusives means that even paying £35 now for one, potentially, you might not be buying it as an investment, you might be buying it as whatever it may be, but if you are looking at it from sort of long-term value, it's still probably not a bad thing in terms of price. I mean,
And I guess you also
Yeah.
need to factor in the cost of getting to the Royal Mint.
Of course,
If it costs you more than £10 to get to the Royal Mint, paying it for £30 is a saving.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's the same for me. It costs me more to get to the Mint. I mean, let's not forget, I live 4 hours drive away from the Mint.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like it. I mean, I wouldn't want it to be done with like mainstream releases like 50p's or £2 or anything, but I think having these separate £5 coin sets, I like them. I really do, actually. I think they are really nice.
I think my opinion would be swayed very much if they were to sell out quicker than they do. If it felt like it's different, like we've got to go down to get the strike your own, we've got that window of opportunity to get each strike your own. If they were selling out much quicker from the Royal Mint gift shop, and that I felt an obligation to drive down just to get this £5 coin, I would be a bit more frustrated. But they seem to hit a nice sort of limit where they're available for quite a period of time.
Yeah, no, definitely. Cool. Well,
All done?
Seems to be it. Yeah, no, I think we might have rambled on. So let's go back to the. Unless you've got anything else to add.
No.
No. Let's. What am I talking about? Let's go back to the. I was going to say let's ramble on. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get back to the 20p's and see, hopefully, what territories and curiosities we managed to find.
Yes.
Right then, at least it's not a complete bust. We've got probably the star of the show, this Isle of Man from 2008, which is a Castle Russian clock. Not in the best condition in the world, with AA die lettering. I also kept this 1987 one. It just looks to be in quite nice condition. Very few contact marks. Nice one for the date run. And then also my first ever 2021 20p. I haven't actually seen any of these, so yeah, not an NIFC. There's 19.6 million of those, but yeah, definitely one for the date run as well. If you've enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, all the good stuff down below. Go and check out Christopher's video, and thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye.